Hello everyone, my name is Chip. Arena has just informed me that if I play a mono-white taxes list, I'm going to get given 1,750 coins. Well, what it actually says is if I cast 20 white or black spells, it'll give me 500 coins, and if I play 40 lands, it'll give me 750 coins, and if I play 25 lands, it'll give me 500 coins. But I'm already playing 40 lands for 750, so those 25 are free. Ding, 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 1,750 coins goes very nicely with my 250 coins. So hopefully we'll get some packs and get some more wildcards so we can keep some historic content coming. I'm very new to Historic, Historic's very new to Magic, it's the Wild West, here's Mangara taxes. Okay, Mangara the Diplomat, a 4 mana, 2/4, legendary human cleric creature with lifelink, and whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking us, or planeswalkers we control, we get to draw a card, and whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, we draw a card. It's only a 2 of, but I'm putting it in as a bit of an anti-aggro card. If an opponent wants to attack with multiple creatures, they give us a card so we're able to keep up with them even if we're trading off creatures. And if they cast a second spell, we get to draw a card. So while they are depleting their resources, hopefully we are getting our own. It has lifelink, so it can help keep us in the game a bit longer. Only a 2 of because I'm not quite sure how good it is. That's what today's test is for. For the rest of the deck, for our 1-drops, we have 4 Thraben Inspector, 4 Selfless Savior, 4 Giant Killer. It's a good creature and it's also removal, and it can continue to tap creatures out of our way so we can keep getting in for damage. For our 2-drops, we have 4 Thalia Guardian of Thraben, 4 Luminarch Aspirant. If left unchecked, it can grow our board to be very difficult to deal with. By itself, it can be a win condition. 4 Declaration in Stone. Honestly, one of my favorite pieces of removal. I'm so glad it's in Historic. I have played it previously in Modern or in Hogak was around and they were making zombie tokens everywhere. It's a solid piece of removal. It punishes people for playing lots of the same creature. It exiles. Sure, they get a clue, but then they have to spend mana to crack that clue. It's a really solid card. For our 3-drops, we're a taxes deck, so it's 4 Aven Mind Sensor. We're hoping to pinch our opponent on lands or at least ruin their search abilities. Also has flying and flash, so we can bring it in on our opponent's end step and then start swinging in as a bit of a surprise. 4 Skyclave Apparition, just a fantastic piece of removal. I love it. 3 Miller Crafty Companion. Really, really love this card. Do need to test it in Modern, actually. I do love it a lot. It's able to replace itself when it's targeted. When any of our stuff is targeted by an ability an opponent controls, we get to draw a card. It's pretty great. And then for the lands, 2 Sheffet Dunes, able to grow our board to finish off our opponent. Does hurt to tap for white, but it's worth it. 4 copies of Field of Ruin and 4 copies of Ghost Quarter. Because we are a taxes deck, we can pinch our opponents on mana with the Aven Mind Sensor. And sometimes it's good just to do a basic check on your opponent, get rid of troublesome lands, and maybe they don't have enough basics to replace them. And finishing off the deck, we have 2 copies of Mobilized District. We're running a lot of legendary creatures in this deck, so it becomes quite cheap to activate. Also has Vigilance, so we can activate it for potentially just 1 mana, normally 2, swing in for 3. At the end of combat, we can then cast something else using the mana. 1 Castle Ardent Vale, enters tapped unless we control a plains, but for 4 mana we can make human tokens. So it helps us keep our creature count going in case we start flooding out. And then we have just 10 basic planes. There's currently no Blood Moon in the format, so maybe we will start changing these for more utility lands as more get printed. But so far I'm happy with the 10 basics. For the sideboard, we have 3 Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Containment Priest, 2 Devout Decrees, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Dunrith Magistrates, 2 Archon of Emeria, and to finish things off, we have 2 copies of Redain, God of the Worthy, which doubles as Valkmir, Protector's Shield. Good against burn style decks, good against control style decks. Very flexible card, could probably be in the main. And that's today's list. Now, before we get to the games, just want to ask if you've got any feelings for Historic one way or the other, feel free to leave a comment. Be interesting to see what people's feedback is. I'm personally enjoying it, but I am very new to the format. And remember, if you like the video, by leaving a like, that lets me know this is more of the content you'd like to see. And with that, let's get on with the games. Alrighty, got a game here. Oh, we get to choose. Let's play first. 1 lander, 2 1-drops. Sure, we'll keep. Opponent mulliganing. Well, we'll go Plains and Thraben Inspector, pass the turn there. Opponent reveals a forest and plays a Llanowar Elves off their Vine Glimmer Snarl. We luck out and hit that plains. Well, let's just run out the Thalia. Swing in for 1. Opponent plays a forest. Into a Garruk's Harbinger. Well, that certainly makes Thalia look a little silly. Or does it? We play out our Luminarch Aspirant. Go to combat. Put the counter on the Thalia. Swing in for 3. Opponent takes it down to 16. Pass the turn there. Why didn't we play the Selfless Savior there? Because I forgot. Opponent swings in for 4. No blocks from us. Now it gets to look at cards. Ooh, should have read the card. Should have read the card. They run out of Garruk's Uprising. Okay, well now we get to play the plains. So this turn, what if we go Skyclave Apparition, take the Harbinger, run out the Savior this turn, because we never didn't run it out, go to combat, put another counter on Thalia, swing in for 6, and then next turn try to choke him on mana. They play a blue pathway, run out a Pelt Collector. Okay, they pass to us. Land is good. Well, let's go to combat. We'll put a counter on the Thraben Inspector. Go to combat, swing in for 6. Opponent takes it. Down to 4. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Forest to a Steel Leaf Champion. All right. Pelt Collector grows. They draw a card. No attacks, and they're passing to us. So Aven Mind Sensor hits the field. We're going to draw with the Clue. I think the extra card's better than just blowing up a land, and we'll go to our turn. Mobilized District is a very good pickup. Well, let's run out another Ghost Quarter, go to combat, counter on the Aven Mind Sensor. Attack with everything. All right, opponent blocking like that. Go to first strike damage. Ooh, Decisive Denial. Trying to kill our Aven Mind Sensor. Well, we're going to give it Indestructible. So you don't kill it, and we still have enough power to get in. Yep, their Pelt Collector grows. Doesn't matter, they're at 0 life. All right, that went well. So they're a big green fighting deck, hey? Blue as well. Well, let's bring in the Redains. We'll go for the Archon of Emeria's. I think that's good. I think we'll cut Thraben Inspectors here. Run it back like that. Oof. Can't keep this one, I don't think. Mulligan. Well, we'll keep. I think we got to put back Mangara. Hope to draw another Plains. Luminarch Aspirant is good. Let's run out of Sheffet Dunes and pass. Hinterland Harbor from our opponent into a Steel Leaf Champion. Well, we just picked up the Giant Killer, which can be used on the champion. So let's play Ghost Quarter, lose a life, and run out the Aspirant. At the very least, if they can't deal with it, we'll be able to outsize their creatures eventually. They run out a Hashab Oasis and another Steel Leaf Champion. Okay, another Deck in Stone. Well, we didn't draw the land, but Deck in Stone deals with both their creatures. All for the low cost of 1 life thanks to our land. Put a counter on our Aspirant, swing in for 3. Take it down to 17. Garruk's Harbinger. They swing in for 1. Mobilize District. Look, a land's a land at this point. Let's go for a Giant Killer. Does cost us a life, unfortunately, but counter on the Aspirant. We swing in for 4. They take it down to 13. Pass the turn to them. Ooh, another Steel Leaf Champion. Okay. Another Giant Killer's good though. Let's cast the Giant Killer, hit the Steel Leaf. Does cost us a life. Oh, opponent cracks a Clue in response. That means we're getting in. Steel Leaf down. Aspirant goes up to 5. Swing in. They take it down to 8. Another land. Bark Channel Pathway to a Barkhide Troll. Okay, they can give it hexproof until end of turn. Declaration in Stone on the Scavenging Ooze. Loses us a life. Oh, opponent has the counter. So what, they can swing in for 4, 7, 8? All right, let's attack. All right, they're just going to trade off their Barkhide Troll. Let's Ghost Quarter our Mobilized District, get ourselves a Plains, and run out a Giant Killer on defense. And then we can start tapping their blockers as well. All right, they're cracking the Clue to draw a card. They play a land, passing to us. Well, let's put a counter on the Aspirant. Swing in for 7. Opponent blocking with the Elves. Eating creatures with the Ooze. Eating spells with the Ooze. Okay. Well, we'll end the turn there. Barkhide Troll from our opponent. Well, they've played their land. Let's tap their Ooze. Get a land. It's another Sheffet Dunes. Let's run out another Giant Killer, I think. Because they can give the Barkhide hexproof in response to us tapping it. Let's go to combat. Put a counter on the Aspirant. Swing in for 8. Opponent blocks with the Barkhide Troll. Gives it hexproof. That doesn't do anything against combat. Let's run out a second copy of Giant Killer. End the turn there. Opponent eats their Barkhide. Gains some life. Eats a Llanowar Elves. Gains some life. It's now 7/7. Oh, a Pelt Collector. Okay. That can resolve. I think we're pretty good. Gonna tap the Scavenging Ooze. Sure, they eat some of the stuff from our graveyard. They eat all the stuff from our graveyard. Fair enough. Mila. Well, let's just go to combat. Counter on the Aspirant. Tack in for 9. No blocks from our opponent. That was bold. So second main, I'm going to lose a life, run out of Skyclave. I'm going to eat that ooze. An opponent scoops it up to that. That was good. Not many lands, but most of our stuff's cheap. Felt good. New season, new rankings. Silver tier 2, pretty low. Alrighty, another game here against Big Boy. Oh, we get to go first, so we will. Yeah, we're going to keep this one. Let's play Plains into Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays an Overgrown Tomb into a Gilded Goose. Fair. Let's play a Shepherd Dunes to a Luminarch Aspirant. Put a counter on our Thraben Inspector. Swing in for 2. Opponent takes it down to 16. Pass turn. An opponent misses a land drop. Well, we're going to play a Plains. I think we're going to deck in stone the Gilded Goose. Taps for mana, so we don't want them to have that. Oh, it resolves. Well, put a counter on the Thraben Inspector. Opponent fatal pushing our Thraben Inspector. Okay. Swing in with the Aspirant. Pass the turn there. Witch's Oven. Okay. Another deck in stone. Opponent's still stuck on 1 land. Let's run out Miller this turn. Put a counter on the Aspirant. Swing in for 2. Opponent does have the second land. Okay, so it's Jund's Sacrifice, I guess. Claim the Firstborn on our Miller. Okay, well, we'll draw a card. Selfless Savior, not bad. They can sacrifice it to the Witch's Oven. Swing in for 2. Yep, take it. And they do. They sacrifice it to the Witch's Oven. Well, let's run out Selfless Savior. Run out Luminarch Aspirant. Go to combat. Both counters on the Aspirant. Swing in for 4. Opponent takes it down to 9, and we will pass the turn there. Blood Crypt into a Woe Strider. Okay, get to make a goat token. They pass to us. Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, let's just Skyclave. Hit the Woe Strider. Opponent lets it go. Go to combat. Counters on the other Aspirant. Swing in with everything. Opponent blocks the big Luminarch. Sacrifices the goat to the Witch's Oven. Gets a food token. Get in for 4. They're on 3. Play a Phyrexian Tower, which I didn't know was legal, but okay. That's cool that it is. And they scoop it up. All right. Well, they got stuck on lands. So let's bring in the Danrith Magistrates, the Devout Decrees, the Cages. I'm not sure we need to bring in Soulguide Lantern. Can bring in the Containment Priests. I think we can cut the Giant Killers and the Thraben Inspectors. Run it back like that. All right, they get to go first this time. Oof, 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 oof. No, this is a mulligan. The land situation is unfortunate, so mulligan. Guess we're keeping this. Let's put back Ghost Quarter. They are 3 color though. Let's go Ghost Quarter, Mobilized District. Overgrown Tomb into the Gilded Goose. They pass to us. Well, that's a deck in stone. Let's just play a Plains and pass. Darkboar Pathway into a Woe Strider. Field of Ruin, not bad. Let's play Castle Ardenvale and pass the turn. All right, they sacrifice the goat to Scry. Crag Crown Pathway. Swing in for 3. Yeah, let's try for Containment Priest surprise blocks. All right, well, we blocked. Do they have the kill spell? They do not. Okay, that is a Mangara. Well, let's play Field of Ruin to a Danrith Magistrate. Resolves. Does it survive? Okay, opponent makes a food token. Opponent plays a Darkboar Pathway and another Gilded Goose. We have a Luminarch Aspirant. Well, let's cast Declaration in Stone on the Gilded Goose. Such a good value spell. All right, that resolves. And let's run out the Aspirant. Opponent's cracking clues. Put a counter on the Magistrate. Swing in for 2. They take it. All right, and then Mangara next turn. Cast a Woe Strider from hand. Get themselves a goat. Claim the Firstborn on our Magistrate. Well, that's upsetting. They do attack. No blocks from us. Yep, they sacrifice it, and they play the land. Okay, let's run out Mangara. I'm going to put the counter on the Mangara. They can't claim the Firstborn that. That means it eats a Woe Strider, so no attacks. And we have this Devout Decree for the Woe Strider that they're going to escape. They sacrifice a goat to Scry. They play a Swamp. Crack a Clue. Okay, they don't have enough cards in graveyard to escape. They've only got 2. Because we deck in stone is even better than I thought. All right, they fatal push our Mangara. It's upsetting, but it's okay. No blocks from the Woe Strider. They get in for 3. We take it down to 15. Deck in stone is really good. Well, let's Devout Decree the Woe Strider. Goes away. Even Mind Sensor on top. Okay, go to combat. Counter on the Aspirant. Start swinging in. Opponent takes it down to 14. Pass the turn there. Yeah, deck in stone's even better than I realized because we're exiling the cards rather than destroying them. And it plays another land. Claims the Firstborn on our Aspirant. Okay. Have a way to get rid of it, or they just want to get in for 2? Now they can bring back the Woe Strider. No, they can't. Woe Strider counts it. They miscounted. Yes, now they have 4 cards in graveyard, but one of them is the Woe Strider. They can't exile the Woe Strider to cast the Woe Strider. Okay, they do hit us, but all that did was give us an extra counter on our Aspirant because it got another combat step. Okay, well, 2 combat. We will put a counter on the Aspirant. Swing in for 4. They take it down to 10. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. They play a Witch's Oven. Okay, go to our turn. Cast an Aven Mind Sensor. Another Aven Mind Sensor is good. Let's go to combat. We'll put a counter on the Aven. Swing in for 7. Yep, opponent's sacrificing foods to gain some life. Pass the turn there. Ugh. I think that goes infinite. I do believe. Or is it tap? They have to tap. Okay. Resolve. All right. Well, we'll put in another Aven Mind Sensor. Chef at Dunes. Play it. Activate it. Sacrifice it. Counter on the other Aven. Yeah. Swing in for a bunch. Opponent has to block. Crack the clue. Go up to 10. They sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar. We hit them down to 2. They go to their turn. And they scoop it up. There we go. Got there. Unfortunate they killed the Mangara before it got to do anything, but they kind of had to at that point. It had lifelink. It would have rewarded us if they double spelled. Tough one for them to deal with. Ooh, and we got some rewards and a new pack. Already got another game here. We get to go first again. This is a trend. I like it. This is actually a really good hand. Gonna keep. Okay, well, I value the tempo over the life, so we'll lose a life to run out of Thraben Inspector off our Chef at Dunes, getting a clue. Opponent plays a forest into a Pelt Collector. Giant Killer could be good here. Drew the deck in stone, too. Let's take a turn off, run out the Ardent Veil, swing in for 1, pass the turn there. Stomping Ground and attacks for 1. Oof. Get a Plains. Let's run out the Plains, run out a Miller, also swing in for 1. They're down to 18. Pass the turn there. They play a Stomping Ground and a Gruul Spellbreaker. Pelt Collector going up. Spellbreaker hits us. No blocks from us. Down to 15. Skyclave Apparition's not a bad one to pick up. Let's play Field of Ruin. Cast Deck in Stone on the Spellbreaker. Swing in for 2 with the Miller. They take it. Pass the turn there. They play a Mountain. No attacks. Okay. Well, we'll draw the clue. Another land. Not bad. Alia. Okay. Let's play Chef at Dunes. Let's go for a Skyclave here. Take that Pelt Collector. Right, we'll go to combat. Swing in with both if they... Ooh, Collector Company. I didn't think of that. All right, now they get to add mana, which they can use to crack the clue or cast another spell. I forgot Collector Company exists. Oh well. All right, they still take the hit from the Miller. Well, I think we run out of Thalia. Does cost us a life. Would have been good to have played that earlier, but that's okay. Blocks both those creatures very well. They play out a Rootbound Crag. Swinging in. Well, let's try and block the Uncrop Crusher. Embercleave. Fair enough. But we do have the Giant Killer and an Aven Mind Sensor now. Let's go to combat, swing in for 2. Giant Killer now, pass the turn there. All right, they play a Timber Crown Pathway. Burning Tree Emissary attacking. Well, let's play an Aven Mind Sensor. Let's block with that. Another Embercleave. Gross. It kills us, unfortunately. Silly me, coming from Modern. Why would you run more than one copy of an equipment? All right. Redain seems pretty good against Embercleave. Containment Priest. Grafdigger's Cage. Devout Decree as well. Okay. So what do we go down? Let's cut a couple of Thrabens. A Thalia. Let's cut all of the Thrabens. Trim the Aven Mind Sensors down to 1. Run it back like that. Okay. Gruul aggro. I don't have a single board wipe. It's a worry. All right. Play first. Yeah, right, we'll keep Plains, Selfless Savior, pass the turn there. Timbergrove Pathway into a Llanowar Elves from our opponent. Well, just play Plains, go to combat, swing in for 1. Take it, pass the turn there. Stomping Ground, shocking in, swings in for 1. Get a Miller. Let's play Plains, Skyclave Apparition, take out that Llanowar Elves. Swing in for 1. Magma Spray on the Skyclave Apparition. Well, we'll sacrifice to save the Skyclave. Ramanap Ruins from our opponent. Uncrop Crusher. Swinging in for 3. We can block. Gives them a 1-1. I think we do. I think we take that trade. Yep, they get a 1-1. Play a Plains. Run out Mila. Pass the turn there. And the next turn, if they have a big turn, we can Deck in Stone and Giant Killer. Gruul Spellbreaker. Okay. They swing in for 3. No blocks. Pass into us. All right. Let's Deck in Stone the Spellbreaker. Go to combat. Yeah, let's attack. Take it down to 15. Pass the turn there. They play a Hushep Oasis. Swing in for 1. We will take it. Go to our turn. Field of Ruin. Let's play it. No attacks. Pass the turn. Collected Company from our opponent. All right, they make the Spellbreaker. So we're going to giant killer it. Sure, the brawler can give them the energy. Pass the turn there. They swing in, can't block. Well, we can, but we're choosing not to. We take 4 down to 11. All right, let's Field of Ruin. Let's go after the Oasis, just to get a Plains out of our deck. Do a basic test on them. Do they have any basics? Get ourselves a Plains. They do have basics. Redain. Play the Ghost Quarter. Yeah, let's run out Redain. Collected companies in response. All right. Burning Tree and Pelt Collector. Let's run out a Giant Killer. Opponent Bone Crusher Giant on the Giant Killer. Okay, well, we're going to draw a card. Mangara. That's exactly what we needed. If only we had one more land. No attacks this turn, and then we can Mangara next turn. Uncrop Crasher from our opponent. Okay, maybe we're just going to be dead. Who knows? They are exerting, targeting the Redain, which draws as a card. Giant Killer. Okay. Let their Voltaic Brawler trigger Resolve. Resolve on the Redain. Let's go to blockers. Block the Uncrop Crasher. Chop down the Voltaic Brawler. Puts a counter on the Pelt Collector. We go down to 7. Land. Okay. Well, let's cast Giant Killer. Run out Mangara. Alright, well that's the namesake of the deck down. Combat, swinging for 2. It's got Vigilance, why not? Opponent cracks the clue. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter that Ramanap Ruins now as well. Should have done that with Field of Ruin. Should get better at tapping my mana in this game. This game makes me lazy. Alright, they do have another basic. Pass the turn there. Alright, they run out the Oasis. Go to attackers. Swing in with the Pelt Collector. Well, what's the bet? They've got an Embercleave then, hey? It's blocked with Giant Killer and Redain. I don't think they can cast Embercleave, can they? Gets 1 less for each. Okay, we'll just block with the Giant Killer. Are we dead? No, we're not. It does have Trample though, that's good to note. Go to our turn. Plains. Gross. Let's Field of Ruin the Oasis. Get ourselves a Plains. Go to combat. Swing in for 2. Opponent takes it. Down to 11. Pass the turn there. Collected Company from our opponent. 2 Burning Tree Emissaries. Is this another Collected Company? That would hurt my feelings so much. No, it's not. Okay. Play a land. Bone Crusher Giant. Go to combat. We get to draw a Castle Ardenvale, which doesn't do an awful lot. Go to blockers. I guess we block here, which negates another one. Can we even survive this? I don't think we can, actually. So if we block the Pelt Collector, block a Burning Tree, we survive. Block like that. No, we don't. We exactly die. Maths is hard. Oh no, the life gain. The life gain. Okay. Go to our turn. Containment Priest. Too late. Too little. Too late. Well, they got us. Alright, got another game here against Box Crusher 19. We will play first. Yeah, let's keep this one. Opponent mulligans. Alright, let's go Plains, 3-bit Inspector. Get ourselves a clue. Pass the turn there. Temple of Mystery from our opponent. Okay. Well, I think Thalia is going to be the good play here. Run out Thalia. Swing in. Pass the turn there. Forest from our opponent. Quandrix Apprentice. Let's play Field of Ruin. That does generate advantage. And let's get rid of it now. Deck in Stone it. Swing in for 3. It takes it down to 16. Pass the turn there. Camilla next turn. They play a Forest. Another Quandrix Apprentice. Well, if only we'd waited. Let's play a Plains. Run out a Selfless Savior. Run out a Mila. Go to combat. Swing in for 2. No blocks from our opponent. They take it down to 14. Pass the turn there. Breeding Pool tapped. Growth Spiral. Okay. That's pretty cool with the Quandrix Apprentice. Guarantees the land in hand. Well, it doesn't guarantee, but increases the chances. So they draw. They put a different land into play, so they get to scry. Okay. They have a lot of mana. Passing to us, though. Field of Ruin. Okay. Let's crack the clue to draw. Another Field of Ruin. Okay. Well, good to know we've almost exhausted our supply. Go to combat. Swing in for 4. Alright, no blocks from our opponent. They take it down to 10. We'll pass the turn there. Hope to dodge something big. They play the Vine Glimmer Snarl, revealing an island. They pass to us. Luminarch Aspirant. Well, we'll play it. Put a counter on our 3-bit Inspector. I mean, maybe these people are just trying to play lands. Alright, run out these as attackers, swinging in for 6. Alright, no blocks. Pass the turn there. They play Eureka Moment, triggers the Quandrix Apprentice. So they get to draw 2 cards and put a land from their hand on the battlefield. Maybe they're just ramping into an Ugin. Won't that be fun? So they would normally be able to put it down next turn, but Thalia might stop them from doing that. Oh, if Thalia wins this game because they can't play an Ugin. Breeding Pool, they play it tapped. Pass to us. Skyclave. Let's go to combat. Counter on the Thalia. Opponent's thinking. They let it go. Let's swing in for 6. Okay. They trigger their Quandrix, which triggers our Miller, because they cast a Sublime Epiphany. So they're making a token of their apprentice, they're drawing a card, and they're returning the Thalia to our hand. Okay? Double blocking Miller. Well, let's give it indestructible. They take 2, down to 2. Let's run out Field of Ruin, run out Thalia, because I've got a feeling that it is Ugin next turn. Definitely have that feeling. Let's run out the Thraben Inspector, crack the clue. Alright, deck in stone. Pass to them. Do they have the Ugin? They play a land. Quandrix Apprentice. So no, not an Ugin. Shepherd Dunes. Let's cast Deck in Stone on a Quandrix Apprentice. Torrential Gearhulk from our opponent. With a mana. Okay. Resolve. Sublime Epiphany. Can't counter Miller's Draw because it triggers off it. Quandrix Apprentice triggers. Oh, does this go infinite? I think this goes infinite. Well, we will draw a card. Aspirant, okay. Yep, no, it exiles. Okay, so it's not infinite. Whew, thank goodness. All right, Growth Spiral. Triggers the Quandrix Apprentice. Plays the Plains. Let's run out Shepherd Dunes. Run out Thalia. Run out Luminarch Aspirant. Let's start making all our creatures lethal attackers. No attacks this turn. And then we have the Shepherd Dunes for next turn. They are running an awful lot of lands, though. They pass the turn there. Ghost Quarter. Let's Skyclave Apparition. See what that draws out. Sublime Epiphany, we're going to draw. They get to Quandrix Apprentice. We will draw. Okay, they're returning the Miller. They make another Torrential Gearhulk. That triggers on the Sublime Epiphany. Okay, returns the Thalia. It's a bunch of lands. Makes another Torrential Gearhulk, which gets to cast Eureka Moment. Okay, gets a bunch more lands. Let's put counters on a Thraben Inspector and a Luminarch Aspirant. No attacks. Let's run out Thalia. Opponent cast Eureka Moment. Dig out more lands. Let's Ghost Quarter a tapped Field of Ruin. Run out their Mila. Pass it there. Ah, they tap all our permanents, don't they? So they get in for lethal, unfortunately. Oh no, they return them all to our hand and then we die. Okay, cool. Well, that was disgusting. Fortunately, we have some answers to that. Got Grafdigger's Cage, Danrith Magistrate, Redain, and Archon of Emeria. Soul Guide Lantern could also be good. Soul Guide Lantern could also be good. Well, they're running nothing but lands, so the Aven Mind Sensors are out. Let's trim on the Selfless Saviors and Thraben Inspectors. Question is, do we bring in the Soul Guide Lanterns? I don't think we do. Run it back like that. Hope we've got enough sideboard cards. The backside of Redain might be good, actually, because they target multiple things of ours. We'll go first. It's a really good hand. We're going to keep. Giant Killer can stop their combo from copying. Right at Mulligans. Mulligans. They mulliganed to 5. Let's play Plains. Into Selfless Savior. Pass the turn there. They play a Temple of Mystery. Going to play a Mobilized District. Run out of Thalia, swing in for 1, pass the turn there. Untapped White Source would be good next turn. Ruin Crab, they're going to mill us. Or do they target themselves? I don't know. We'll play the Snarl, revealing the forest, and they do mill us. Okay. To another Ruin Crab. Okay. Pass to us. Okay. Well, we do hit the untapped White Source. Let's play Plains. Let's play Archon. No attacks this turn. They play a forest, mill us for 6. They hit the Quandrix Apprentice. Okay. Pass to us. Shepherd Dunes. Okay. Gonna go after that Quandrix Apprentice, I think. Go to combat. Swing in with the Archon. Pass the turn there. Then we can cast some Giant Killers, get their blockers out of the way. Millers for another 6. Getting hit for 6 a turn. We're going to start doing some pretty serious damage here. Go to our turn. Redain. So it's each opponent doesn't target. That's disappointing. What is it? It's a Hedron Crab that targets, so they can't mill themselves even if they wanted to. All right, let's run out Redain. Syncopate. Right. Disappointing. Swing in with everything. All right, opponent takes it down to 14. Pass the turn there. Opponent didn't hit a land. Okay, let's animate the Mobilized District this turn, hey? Swing in with everything. Gonna hit him for 6. Down to 8. End the turn there. They do play a land. Mill us for another 6. Down to 27 cards in our library. Pass to us. Land. Let's play the land. Animate the Mobilized District now. Go to combat. Swing in. Let's cast a Giant Killer. Pass the turn there. Think we might have it. Eureka Moment. Okay. We get to put a land down. Mills us for another 6. And they scoop it up. Okay, we got there. All right. So the mill. Do we change anything now we know the mill? I don't think we have anything against mill. I guess we keep it the same. They haven't killed any of our creatures. So I'm going to ditch the Selfless Savior and bring back in the Thraben Inspectors and run it back like that. Yeah, this hand looks like it's pretty good. Keep it. Temple of Mystery. Scry to the bottom. Let's play Plains. Run out a Giant Killer. Pass to them. Play a Temple of Mystery. Scry to the bottom. Let's play a Plains. Run out of Thalia. Swing for one. Got to be aggro here, but the Giant Killer can get their blockers out of the way. All right, they reveal a Forest. Augmented Pugilist. Gross. Let's play a Castle Arden Vale here. Well, we can keep it tapped. Let's run out an Aspirant. Counter on our Thalia. Swinging for 3. Take it down to 16. Pass the turn there. They play a Forest. Cultivate. No attacks and they pass to us. Let's play Mobilize District. Aspirant. Just going to run out the Grafdigger's Cage now. Counter on the Giant Killer. Counter on the Giant Killer. Swing in for 6. Opponent takes it down to 10. Pass the turn there. They play an island. They create a token copy of their Pugilist. Okay. Ghost Quarter. So what if we go to combat? Counter on the Thalia. Counter on the Thalia. Tap the token. Swing in with Thalia. Opponent's pretty priced into blocking, aren't they? No, they're not. Okay. Down to 5. Let's run out the Archon of Emeria. Pass it there. Can you get out of this opponent? Play a Breeding Pool. They can't jump start or anything. Eureka moment. Drawing. Putting lands into play, but I think we've got enough. All right, that's 2 big creatures. All right, no blocks. Down to 4. And they scoop it up. There we go. Just be the aggro, Chip. Just be the aggro. Oh, that felt really, really good. And we ranked up. There we are. Silver tier 1, just after 1 day of playing. I'm not sure if that's impressive or not, to be honest. So we only lost to the Gruul aggro deck. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with how the day went in general. Think we've got all our awards. We do indeed have all our awards. We've won a prize. We've got a card. Duskfang Mentor. It's not white, I don't care. All right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, have fun.